Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for Monday and what are the best possible trades that we can take on Monday, that is 9th May. See, this is the daily chart of Banknifty. Few days back we had this analysis where we were forming this head and shoulder, and I did mention that if this head and shoulder breaks, this could be our first target, that is exactly around 39,960, around 34,000, and the second target would be here about 32,140. So we have broken the trend line and we are trading lower, and ended up being a very sideways day after a gap down on Friday. So let's just look at the 15-minute chart for our intraday levels. See, on this day, after this first 15-minute range broke, we had our first target at around 320, and second target was this gap fill. The same thing that I posted even on our Cosmofeed group. We missed the first target by about 40 points. This was a good scalp, but we did miss the target about 40 points. The low that we made on Friday was only 34,357. I had a target of 34,000 around 320 or 300, but just missed by 40 points. Can't do anything about it. Now coming for levels for Monday, and that was one good scalp, and other than that everything else was a little sideways. It was only a scalping day within this range. See, I'll just shift to a 5-minute time frame just to show how we could have just scalped this on this entire range, right? We were within this range, and yes, we could have just scalped rest of the day. That's it. There was no other good trade. Now coming for the trade possibilities for Monday, see, this range is there, right? What I marked between 34,720 and 34,350. So there's a possibility if this breaks, right, we could fill this gap at around 35,000, or if this breaks on the lower side, that is if 34,350 breaks, we could hit this level of 34,094 easily. So this is one good trade, that is if we get a breakout on the upside, probably trade until here. We'll also see the CPR levels, and if we get a breakdown, trade until this point. And this is a gap. Okay, this is a gap from a pretty long time. Let me just shift to a 1-hour chart to show where this gap was. This gap was from here, that is 8th May. So there is a possibility if we come down, we might fill this gap and then bounce. Even that possibility is there. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. Now just looking at the CPR levels for tomorrow, right? See, we have a narrow CPR indicating after this kind of a very sideways move, right? A narrow CPR is coming, which indicates it could be a trending day. So with the CPR and the levels that we have marked, right, there are few possible entries. If any one of this happens, it will be a beautiful trade. One is, see, as of now, SGX Nifty is indicating a few 30-40 points gap down. So it looks like we're going to get a gap down, but on Monday, if the US futures recover, we can even get a gap up. So we'll have to wait and see on a Monday. We'll see all the possibilities. So the first possibility is if we get a flat opening gap up within this previous day high CPR, we could take a strong rejection over here and dip. This can be a good trade. The same thing if we, for a gap down, let me use a different color. Now the same thing if we get a flat opening, right? Like when I say flat opening, not like 500, 600 points like what happened on Friday. If we get an opening within this level, that is 34,300 and 34,700, if we get a flat opening, say somewhere over here, there's a possibility we'll come here, take support at this level again, that is around 34,300, and come and touch this previous day high, that is around 34,800 or 34,700. So even this one trade can be a very profitable trade with our stop loss as this level. And if you are shorting from top, our stop loss is R1 and previous day high. If any candle goes above this, we'll have to get out of our short trade. And the other two possibilities are if we easily break on a 15-minute chart. If we break this R1 previous day high and this level of 34,700 on a 15-minute chart, and if the RSI is above 60, yes, probably we could hit R2 and even a fill of this gap is possible. This is one scenario. The other scenario is a break of this on a 15-minute candle, probably a break and then a small retest and then a dip until 34,088 or even 33,980 is possible. So these are the 4 possibilities that I'm looking at for Monday. In case we end up getting a huge gap down, say again probably gap down in this area, then it might be very difficult to trade. But whatever happens, if this gap fills, right, with a gap down or this, there might be a short bounce on the upside once this gap gets filled at about 33,960. This gap gets filled, there might be a small bounce on the upside. So in case if somebody gets a nice short entry from, say, after a break of this or from anywhere, and if we hit this level, it's a good place to book profit. That is 33,971. And say the US futures on Monday morning when we open recovers drastically, right? And we ended up getting, say we end up getting a big gap up about 200-300 points above this R1 or somewhere close to this R2, then there's a very good possibility we might come until this price action, because twice we have taken support here, right, like double bottom. We might come over here, take resistance exactly over here, 35,100, and again slip on the lower side. So these levels could play out pretty well. I'll be trading if any one of these possibilities that I said happens. But my view is bearish until 34,000. We'll have to see if that works, because even the head and shoulder half target, right, what we had explained earlier in my videos, is coming in at this level or within this gap fill, that is around 34,000. A touch of 34,000 is possible, but once we touch this level of 34,000, right, we'll have to be careful. Why? Because about 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the 5th time we are coming to this level. Whenever we have come here, we have got a good bounce. But another thing is, each bounce is made a lower high. From here we went up, came down, we went up, we made a lower high, again came to the same level, and this extra fall was because of the news-based, war-based news, right? It's because of the Ukraine-Russia war. So ignoring this part, again from here we got a bounce but still made a lower high. So not sure if this time we will break this or again get a up move and make a lower high. So that only the price action can confirm. So if I get a good short move until 34,000, I'll look to book my profits. Then we'll see if 34,000 breaks on Monday or probably Tuesday, any other day, we might enter. But immediately I won't go for long. We'll wait for a nice bullish candle, some kind of some divergence on lower time frame, and then we'll see if we are getting a bounce from this level. That is with respect to Banknifty. Now again, Nifty trading would be simple on Monday. See, again the same thing on Nifty. If this level breaks, that is 16,340, then probably we can see a down move until 16,240, and if this breaks on the upper side, 16,495 breaks on the upper side, this is too big of a target. 16,640, in this case we can use the CPR. Probably we can see the price coming and hitting at about 16,500 or so. So again, these are the levels that we'll be using in Nifty, similar to Bank Nifty. But very less likely the market will be within this range. Even if it remains within this range, the same range how it was on Friday in both Nifty and Bank Nifty, probably at least the second half in the market should either give us a breakout or a breakdown. We'll be looking for that. If we open within this level and remain sideways, right, we should end up getting a good up move. Now just looking at this open interest for Bank Nifty, we still do have pretty good resistance at 34,500, and more call sellers have come in. A good support is only coming in at 34,000. And in Nifty, we have good resistance at 16,500, and a good support is coming in at 16,200. So these are levels for Nifty and Bank Nifty for Monday. Hope this helps, and let's see if we can make some money on Monday.